Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football here at Mineral Wells Ram Stadium. Here with the head coach of the 13-0 Saba Armadillos, Coach Jared Fikac, after a thrilling 62-56 win over Celeste. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I tell you what, I want to take my hats off to Celeste, Coach Rector, man. Those guys played us. I mean, they played an unbelievable game. It's just, we were fortunate enough to make one more play, I think, than what they did, and they have nothing to be ashamed of. They should be proud. You feel bad in games like this that somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose because the kids on both sides did an unbelievable job.
Now, in your first 12 games, you guys, you handled business pretty well. You had a lot of lopsided scores, but tonight your kids faced quite a bit of adversity. I mean, from the get-go, you had the delay where you didn't start for an hour and a half. And then in the second half, you guys kind of made some uncharacteristic mistakes and were kind of on the ropes there. How proud of you of your kids for the way they responded to that adversity? Because we hadn't really seen it all year, and you always wonder if they're going to be able to respond, and your kids really responded tonight. How proud of you are them?
Yes, I mean, I couldn't be more proud of these guys. I tell you what, coming from where they've been, I think, over the past couple years, to see them look adversity in the eye. That's one of our core principles is toughness, and it's, facing adversity and keep pushing forward, and we did. And not one time did they flinch. I mean, we go down by 14 points with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, doom and gloom, and then they return a punt for a touchdown after we get it back to 7, and they just keep fighting, and it's all credit to them and them kind of believing in themselves and starting to understand what they're capable of. And look in those things, and it is. You said it right. That's uncharacteristic of us to make those mistakes on special teams. We haven't given up a special teams touchdown all year long. The ball that kind of stopped on the goal line down there.
Like a sandwich there, wasn't it?
It just stopped to open the half, and that was one of those deals we knew coming out of half. It was 14-14. We get the ball. We get the momentum, but, it just didn't go our way. But, at the end of the night, we happened to get it done.
And something that's not going to be talked about is at the end of regulation, Sean O'Keefe makes the big run and almost gets it in to win the game and gets stopped right on the 1 yard line. It's a bang call, and your kids could have been really deflated there. A lot of teams, because you had the almost the high, and then you go down and you're almost deflated there. But your kids, they gave it the touchdown, but your kids came right back and scored. Eli with the big run. I know he's going to give a lot of credit to his offensive line, but up in the press box, we were really impressed with Salinas and the way he runs. Just talk about what makes him special and how much time does he spend in the weight room, because he breaks a lot of tackles.
Well, that's what we do. That's one of the concentrations we did when I first got there was say we're going to get in the weight room. And the kids have done an unbelievable job of buying into that stuff. And that you can see the difference out there in us moving people and doing things like that. And Eli, he's got such a low center of gravity. He runs behind his pads really, really well. He's been breaking tackles all year long like that. And, like you said, I thought, Sean gets in. I don't know. I had bad angle. I don't know if he got in or not. We'll see it on film, but we could have. You could have sat down right there and said, well, maybe that was our last gasp at it. But, you said, the kids talked about the A&M LSU game on Saturday that went into 7 overtimes, and we kind of, for some reason, that game flashed back to me as I sat there and played and was like, all right. You got to make one more play than the other team, and we happened to get it done. So the offensive line, you got to give credit to those guys. They turned it out all night long. They've been doing that all year for us, and just a complete team effort when it came down to it.
Yeah, I was gonna say after the second overtime, you guys got the touchdown. What did you tell your defense before they went out to get that stop? Because they really made some plays there and kind of threw Celeste off a little bit and put them in a bad down and distance. What was the message to your defense before going out for that second overtime?
Yeah, well, it was one stop and you win, fellas. You seniors, it's one stop and you win. And after we missed the extra point, which put us, only up by 6, you go give up a touchdown, and then they score, kick the extra point and you lose. And it's like, let's put your fingers in the ground, fight for every inch, and go get it. This is it. And that's what they did.
All right, final question for you, Coach. You're going to play De Leon next week. I know you know those guys real well. Any possible locations? Have you talked about that yet, or are you going to work on that after the game?
Well, I'm going to call Coach Yeager here in just a minute, and, we'll see. Possibly Brownwood area, somewhere like that. So haven't got a chance to talk to him tonight, obviously, but we'll get that suited out, and we'll have something first thing in the morning, I would imagine.
How happy are you to still be working?
Hey, I'm as joyful as I can be. I tell you what, especially after I told the kids, I'll take three more wins just like this.
So, but I guess less gray hair for the ones like you had the first 12, right?
Exactly. The kids tell me, Coach, you're getting gray hair. I'm probably sure I'm got quite a few after this one tonight. So,
well, enjoy it, Coach. Congrats on the win. We really enjoyed your kids and your community.
Hey, appreciate you. Thank you.